I don't know how to feel about this one, but not in a bad way. I also don't know if I like this movie the most in the trilogy or the first one. Well, I got to watch Venom: The Last Dance last night at an early screening, and here's my quick spoiler-free review. If you like the first two Venoms, you're probably gonna like this. If you didn't like those two, then this one might be even worse, depending how you view the first two. And then if you don't care about, the plot or story, or like if things are making sense and you just want to see crazy action and the relationship between Venom and Eddie and stuff like that, then you'll like this movie. I watched the movie in IMAX and I personally liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, the plot and story and stuff felt a little messy, and then there were certain things that I thought were pretty dumb decisions, but certain things gotta happen so that the story can go on. The CGI and special effects, I think, were fine overall. There were like a few times that I could think of that at least it felt like, or looked a little clunky, or like the CGI looked a bit off, or the movement of the certain characters looked a little bit off, but then there are times that it looked amazing. I will still say that I think Venom from the first movie is the best looking version of Venom from this trilogy, and I think the best quality and just overall look. This movie does have some good emotional moments, that we all know that this is kind of the send-off, and that Tom Hardy made it clear that this is the last time he's going to be Venom or playing Venom from what we know. So, there's good moments where it's like, touching and a bit emotional, and you're like, damn, oh. The acting overall was great. Tom Hardy does another great job being Eddie Brock. Mrs. Chen was even funny. The action and fights in this movie were great. The dialogue was fine overall, just not the best. The pacing was not bad, I don't think it was that bad. I fairly enjoyed the way the movie went. I mean, there were, certain moments or a couple, however you look at it, as, you could say, felt a little off or kind of out of touch with what's going on. But I don't think the goal of this movie was to be like a masterpiece storytelling, perfect pace kind of movie. It's just more for your enjoyment in seeing crazy action and symbiotes in action, and which is what we like, right? Speaking of symbiotes, the symbiote god, which I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried going to this movie. I wasn't sure how they're gonna be able to handle the character Null, because I know him pretty well, I would say, from the comics and stuff, knowing what he's capable, and he's crazy and you don't want to mess with him. So I'm like, how are they going to do this in this movie for him? And I would say for the role that he had in this movie and what his goal was kind of and what he was doing in the movie, I think he was done well. And I would definitely like to see him again, Mr. King in Black. There are 2 post-credit scenes, and I don't want to say anything about it, so just stay till the very end of the movie. If you're going to this movie wanting to be silly and not necessarily make sense and crazy action with the symbiotes and stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna like it. If you're going to this movie wanting to be more serious and have a great story and focus on a big important story, well, yeah, don't look at this movie or watch it in a critical way. Just enjoy it. Now it's time to rate the movie. I'm gonna give it a nice 7.5. I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't perfect, but I had fun with it. If you were planning on watching this movie, I hope you enjoyed. I already have tickets to watch it again this week. And if you already watched it, what would you rate out of 10? We are Venom.